Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, first, before we get started on our reading for Harry, I want to show you these crazy cool Major Arcana cards I got. They're Tarot 3D. I don't know how they're going to play with the video, but remember the old postcards you would get? And they were obviously like one thin paper, but the way it was done in 3D, and it has that kind of scratchy. I think Disney had a bunch of these when I was younger. I think I had some Disney postcards or something Disney, and it had this kind of 3D scratchy. They don't move, but I'm wondering how it's going to play with the video. I wonder if you can see that they're 3D. I'm not sure, but they're so cool. They're so cool. I don't know. I'll have to see once the videos are done. Oh, geez, really nudie we got there. Whoops. So anyways, oh, look at the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. That's really 3D. That snake looks like it's coming right out. Justice, Hanged Man. Looks like he's nudie on the bottom, but he's not. Death. Temperance. Devil. Man, the Lovers and the Devil are quite nude. Oh, look at the Tower. Can you see that? That actually looks pretty cool. Looks very cool. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize they were this nudie. The Moon. Look at that moon glow. And look at some kind of creature coming out of the water. There's the Sun. And the Sun has the twin. There's the Judgment. Oh, thank you for covering up the bum. Oh, and there's the World. So anyways, I'm going to figure out a way how I can use these. I'm going to let them percolate here with me for a while and see what we can do with them. So anyways, let's get to our reading. Mystical melodies. So we know we're reading about Harry. Now, Trump said, I'm not gonna bother with his visa. And then all of a sudden, there is something bothering with his visa. So I want to ask the cards, is Harry asking Trump to kick him out? Harry's like, come on, man. Give me a break. Get me out of this mess that I'm in. do my dad a solid and get me out of here. No, what is going on? Let's get some clarification with what's going on with Harry's visa. So in this case, the judge will be the King of Swords. The Emperor, Trump will be the Emperor. Harry's lawyer will be the King of Wands. And the prosecutor will be the Queen of Wands, right? Because that's contract. That's, did he put something illegal on a piece of paper that he signed? All right. So I just want to get that cleared out of the way before we start reading. So nobody says, and then of course, Harry will either be the Hermit or the King of Pentacles in reverse or the Knight of Pentacles upright. All right. What's going on with Harry and his visa? What's going on with Harry and his visa? Seems to be a very fluid situation. It went from being a solid, sealed, signed, sealed, delivered, you're good, to, questions. Is Trump going to open it up again? And then Trump saying, no, he won't. Now, yes, it seems to be very fluid. What is going on with Harry and his visa? Cards are ready. Strength in reverse. There's his crazy wife. Also, that's him losing strength, losing power. or he has no power in this situation. King of Pentacles upright. Now, remember, I've told you he's not quite the King of Pentacles yet. He's too young to be the King of Pentacles. He's still, the King of Pentacles is somebody very successful in their career, very well, has a lot of assets and whatnot. People look up to them. Harry's none of those. Even if you don't look at his astrology, he has none of those features. He eventually might become the King of Pentacles one day, but right now he's not. So I'm wondering if this is who is paying his lawyer. So perhaps benefactor, Tyler Perry, Uncle Charles. They are both candidates for this King of Pentacles. Could be somebody else. Could be a George Soros, for all we know. Four of Swords. Uh-oh. So he knows he's being put down. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Devil. And the Devil. If he is kicked out, it's because of his wife. I'm getting that. I'm getting that this has more to do with her than him. So I'm wondering if, because she's the smartest person in the world, she can't even fill out a trademark application, which I have twice completed it. It wasn't returned with errors. I got my trademarks. So it's not as difficult as it sounds. Somebody who thinks that she is absolutely the most smartest, most amazing heart attack person in the world. I think she's the one who screwed this up. Either she screwed it up by writing about that in Spare, or she screwed it up by lying on the application. I'm getting that he has nowhere to go. Like, it's out of his hands. It's completely out of his hands. Three of Wands in reverse, and they know he is really kind of in a hopeless situation right now. 10 of Wands in reverse. It's a release of a burden, so maybe he has asked. No, please open it. Trump's like, I'm not going to bother with you. And plus, we have to remember, and I've always said, Trump respects the monarchy. And he just had that talk with William. Like, it would be really embarrassing to the royal family if something were to happen on a diplomatic level like that. And I think that with him saying, oh, no, we'll leave it. He has enough troubles with that terrible wife, or whatever he said. I wonder if Harry called him up. Hey, Donnie, listen, open up the files. Get me out of here. I'm a celebrity. The Hierophant in reverse. The palace isn't helping him with this at all. At all. He is completely on his own. He's not getting help by the palace. He's not, I wouldn't be surprised if, look at that, the clock agrees with me. I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan is actually called into church. Watch her head spin. If Meghan isn't called into court and she's caught lying and saying, well, who filled this out? Who filled out the application? I don't know. Does the sponsoring spouse have to be responsible to fill out the application for the new spouse they're marrying in? Like, who's coming in with them? There's something here that she's done drastically wrong. If he loses his visa, it's due to her and her inaptitude and her ignorance and her mistake. He has no hope right now, actually. Wow, 7 of Wands in reverse. So what's happened? What he's done is indefensible. If he's lied, he's lied. Like, so either like right now they're between a rock and a hard spot. Because if they said no drugs, and then they said that in the book, either you're going to decimate your book and everyone's going to question everything in there right now, which they should anyways, because it was written by Megan, or perhaps it's going to come out in a court of law. I didn't write that. Megan wrote that. There's something here about Megan being caught with egg on her face. And so there's going to be something there that it was Megan who filled out the form, or something's going to go down. There's the judge, King of Swords. The King of Swords is going to say what you've done is indefensible. And King of Swords, the judge is not going to care about palace relations. The King of Swords the judge is going to task Megan with this. King of Cups in reverse. There's the king. There's dad. In reverse. He's not going to be happy at all. Because this will be a stain on the royal family. In, diplomatic circles or whatnot. Right? Because the royal family has all those forms always filled out immaculately. Because they're done by the palace. By lawyers. They know what they're doing. They know the royal diplomatic protocol like the back of their hand. And I'm getting that because they were kicked out of the royal family and they weren't royals, and I'm wondering if Megan didn't listen to any palace advice, which is right on brand with her. I think this is actually at the end of the day going to really upset the king. I think the judge is going to be very harsh with Harry. This is the first time that the cards are very direct, that things aren't going to go well. And before they've been, oh no, he's, Teflon Harry, away he goes. And even when it came out, Trump said, no, I'm not going to do that. And I did a quick read on it. Yeah, he was fine. He was in the clear. But now something has changed. Something has changed. I don't know what it is. Perhaps we'll continue to ask. Queen of Swords. There's the prosecutor. There she is. Oh, something about a child, perhaps. So the prosecutor and the judge are upright. They're in very strong positions. The King of Cups is in reverse. The benefactor is in a strong position as well. Seven of Swords in reverse. Page of Wands. We're going to hear actually news. Four of Pentacles and Temperance in reverse. We have two Devil cards on. Ooh, Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. I think what is going to happen is he's going to get a spanking, basically. I think they are going to keep some of the information still classified, secret, whatever you want to call it. I think we're going to hear this is a near miss. This is a near miss. If this Ten of Swords was upright, I'd say, oh yeah, they're pulling it. But I think there's a deal here. Well, there's Temperance card here with the devil. Deal with the devil. The judge and the prosecutor are in very strong positions. They aren't taking this lightly. I think, though, there's something here behind the scenes. Seven of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles, some kind of news that some of the information due to diplomacy, due to privacy, etc., will not be released. I think some of it will, but I think some of it won't. I think there's going to be, I'm thinking that they might just even play stupid, like, oh, I didn't realize the palace had to fill it out, and I thought my wife had to fill it out because she's the one who's sponsoring me, which is normal protocol. Usually it's the person who wants to sponsor their spouse is the one who fills out the form, all the information. So there might be something there that they say, well, yeah, Nora, I didn't know what I was doing, like playing stupid, but he doesn't have to play stupid. We know that. But I think this is going to be a near miss. I think at the end of the day, he's going to squeak by this one as well, and it'll never be they'll never look at this again. It'll be cleared up and so be it. But there is a lot of here with the moon, there's something else going on behind the scene. Here's the spin doctor, the magician, trickery. And I think something is going to be, okay, now they're sealed forever and we will never revisit this again. What's that called in the States? I think it's called with prejudice. I think the judge is going to come out and, point out a few things. I honestly think he's going to rip Megan a new one, and somewhat sympathetic towards Harry. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. And I'm almost getting like second chances, even though we don't have the judgment card here. With this 10 of swords in reverse, meaning that you hit rock bottom, all the swords can fall out and you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off and carry on. I don't see any movement cards here. If we got the 8 of wands right after, I'd say, oh yeah, he has to leave. I'm not getting that at all. As a matter of fact, we got the page of cups here in reverse. So surprising bad news. So it depends what you consider bad news, or surprising negative news. So it could be surprising negative news that, yeah, we know he lied on his application, but it technically wasn't him. His wife filled it out. She had no knowledge of his previous drug use. Something like that is going to happen. I'm serious. There's going to be some trickery in this. Even though the judge and the prosecutor on very strong foundation, they have, the law on their side, obviously. I think this is what's going to happen. I honestly do. I don't want to end on a 4 of cups regret. Oh yeah, 5 of pentacles upright. There's the 8 of wands, but back to Montecito. This is the only 8 of wands that you go backwards to the Wicked Witch of the West. If this was this way, I'd say, oh yeah, that's off to, right? Because you think where court is in the US, where you have to go to the right to get to the UK. You go left to get to the left coast, to stay in the United States. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Interesting. Harry himself didn't show up here. So this is, I think, a battle of, I really think it was Megan who screwed all this up, either by writing what she did in spare or by the way she filled out the form. And I have a funny feeling that will be the defense, that Megan filled it out without any knowledge of his drug use. So there you go. All right. Well, that's what the cards are telling me. This is what my sources are telling me. He'll be flying back to the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay. See you in the next one.